Hola, mi gente. I hope you and your families are doing well. I also hope your new year is off to a good start. Thank you for joining us today for our first PC Power Hour of 2026. You may have noticed that you had to use a passcode to enter the session, and if you have requested your own AI note taker, it has been denied. Please note we will be using our own AI note taker and including the notes for this session in tomorrow's PC Weekly. We have also password protected our website for the PC Weekly, and entry to this session will be closed at the 20-minute mark. We want you all to know that we take safety and security of our PCs and our scholar community seriously, and it is of the utmost importance. With all that being said, I am super psyched and excited for this session. We have what we have noted as our 1992 Dream Team. If you know, you know. But all of our team members are going to be presenting today to give you a full overview of all of our scholarship programming and deadlines and protocols for this semester so that you have what you need to really work with our students on the ground. So we'll start off with our scholarship promotion and management. So we have our scholarship team and our NP team who are going to be talking about all of the resources and deadlines that are going to be available to you. Then we're going to lead into all of the career connections. We have tons of internships and fellowship programs that Nicole has been working on, and she's going to be able to share all that with you. Some really exciting stuff there. And then my girl Renisa and I are going to tag team for the Scholar and PC supports, letting you know of all the resources available to you and some of the protocols that are going to be coming up for this semester. And then we will wrap up for letting you know about February's PC Power Hour. And then, as always, we will end the session with an open forum for your questions and answers. So, with that being said, I will pass it over to our scholarship promotion and management teams.
Hi everyone, I'm Yahaira Gonzalez and I'm the Scholarships Program Manager here at TheDream.Us. I'm happy to let you know that our Opportunity Scholarship is close to the deadline. It's going to be closing on Saturday, January 31st, 2026 at 11:59 Pacific Standard Time. So that is coming up this weekend. And I also want to let you know that the ISTS Scholar Portal and Applicant Report are up and running. So our scholars and the applicants currently with applications in the portal are able to log in now successfully and should have no issues. The application will actually be closing on Monday, February 2nd at 11:59 p.m. So they still have a couple of days of flexibility here, but we want to push the date of January 31st for them. So the notifications will be announced mid-March 2026. That's when we'll be letting our winners know. So we want to make sure that they understand that they're going to be getting an email during that time. And the application is not complete until all required transcripts are uploaded and approved by the ISTS team. So it's very important that the applicants understand that if they have an incomplete application, it will not be received by us. The application has to be completed. That means that all the requirements have been met and there is no further action needed. The transcripts were reviewed by the team and they do not have to do anything else for their application. If any of the applicants have issues with the application or the portal, they are able to reach out to the ISTS team via email or through the phone, and they're also welcome to email our team as well at askus at thedream.us. Next slide, please, Chris. Our national scholarship is also underway, and the deadline for that is within a month. So that's going to be February 28th, 2026 by 11:59 p.m. as well in the Pacific Standard Zone. So that's going to be coming up as well within the month, and the notifications for that will be announced late April 2026. Again, same thing, the applications are not complete until all the required documents are uploaded into the portal and are uploaded and approved by the ISTS team. It has to be noted that the application is marked as completed. That it means that we have received the application by the applicant. If it says started or incomplete, we have not received it. So we want to make sure we push this as much as we can to any of the future applicants here. Again, if they have any questions or difficulties in completing the application, they can reach out to the ISTS program support team via email or phone, or they can always reach out to us as well. And yes, I do see your comment, Hector. The application portal and the Scholar portal is up and running for our students. That's all I have for you guys right now. I'll pass it over to Chris and the team.
Hi, everyone, I can take it from here. We'll go through a little bit on how to promote the scholarship application round. My name is Eileen. Great to meet you all. I work for MP. We support TheDream.Us on some communication stuff. Super excited to be talking to you all. You play such an important role in getting the word out about this scholarship, especially in the final stretch. So I wanted to go through some ways here that you can get the word out on your campus and beyond. You've all seen these scholarship deadlines, but sharing those even just one more time with your students is a great way to make sure those students don't miss out. For more promotion, we tried to make this super easy. There's a ton of resources on the Dream.Us website that you can share. There's partner college toolkits with ready to go stuff like social posts, flyers, application guides, even short presentations that you can give. You don't need to reinvent the wheel here. If there's anything that you're missing from these resources or any way that we can support you, let us know. We can work with you on this. I think our contact's on the next slide. If social media is part of your world, following us on socials, reposting our content, that helps too. A ton of the scholars are getting a lot of their important deadlines and information from social media. They're using it as an outlet to contact us if they can't get in touch. So always a great resource there, and making sure they have that information is super helpful. On the next slide, we can get into a little bit more about what promoting the scholarship application round looks like. Tons of different ways you can do this. Really depends on what works best for you and your campus. You can share some info through admissions, advising, or department emails. You can post from staff or institutional social media accounts, share a quick press release, looping in local campus media. We've also been doing a ton of pitching to local Spanish language outlets these days. We're finding that that's a good way to keep up with the sensitivities around immigration right now. And then, of course, resharing Dream.Us social media posts showing our application window. We're kicking off some big countdowns for the Opportunity Scholarship, and then we'll move into a hard push for national in February. And then if you're thinking of doing any kind of event or outreach, even if it's something small, we'd love to know. We'd love to help you out, promote it, let us know how we can support you. There's a promotion request form here on the slide. If that's easiest for you, just fill that out, let us know. Then if any questions come up or you want to talk through ideas, we're here for you. Please feel free to reach out to the NP team. That's myself and Michael. You'll see our contacts there. Thank you all so much for helping spread the word, and let's finish this strong.
Thank you so much for that, Eileen. Camila, this is you.
So building a robust application pool. Our goal is to build a robust application pool that results in a strong cohort of scholars. Ideally, we are aiming for a cohort of at least 10 enrolled scholars at each partner college. What it takes to get there, based on historical data, reaching the goal requires starting with approximately 7 applications. So everyone needs at least 70 started application. Of those, typically, we see around 25 applications completed and submitted. From that group, we can expect about 10 scholars to ultimately enroll at your school. This highlights the importance of early outreach, consistent follow-up, and supporting applicants throughout the process. Next slide, please. So final push for application submissions. This is definitely, we are at the point where this is our final push to ensure that all pending applications are submitted. Please reach out to your applicants who have started their applications but have not yet submitted them. Direct outreach can make a significant difference in completing those applications on time. Tracking applications, you can easily track applicant progress by running your applicant report in your ISTS portal. Could I have the next slide? Thank you. The application status is listed in column O, which allows you to quickly identify any incomplete applications or submissions. We encourage you to review the report regularly to prioritize follow-ups and definitely keep track of any data that could be new. And then EVR deadline and best practices. Additional EVR deadlines, I want to highlight the additional EVR submission windows for the upcoming terms. For Q3, EVRs must be submitted between March 16 and April 30th. And for the summer term, the submissions window runs from May 11th through July 31st this year. Please plan ahead within this time frame to avoid any processing or payment delays. PC portal updates. As a quick operational update, the PC portal is currently unavailable. We do expect access to be restored within the next 24 hours. We will continue to keep you informed and share updates as soon as they become available to us. So we will definitely continue to have communications open. And then best practices. One important best practice in regards to EVRs is ensuring the service indicator or hold that is placed on Scholar accounts. This helps prevent courses from being dropped while payments are still being processed. We also strongly recommend emailing your scholars to let them know that you are actively managing their payments. This is especially important for new scholars who may be unfamiliar with how the EVR process works or how payments work in general. A sample email is available on this slide. Timely submission reminder, please submit your EVR as early as possible within the deadline window. Early submissions help prevent delays and ensures expedited payment processing. Resources and support for step-by-step guidance, please review the EVR instructions in the Partner College Hub under the program management section. And if you have any EVR related questions or concerns, you can reach out to me directly. It's my first name, last name @gmail.com and at TheDream.Us. And it is on this slide as well. Updates. Oh, and the next slide, please. And then we do have some updates to ACH and the EVR process. I'll start with the update to the ACH process. You may have already heard, but we want to review an important update to the ACH process. This is going to be effective immediately. Any handwritten ACH forms are no longer accepted. Any partner college that previously submitted handwritten forms will need to resubmit using a completed type form. If you are wondering whether or not your PC or college is there, there is a link on the slide that you will be able to see. And then once the form is completed, please upload it to the Dropbox as instructed. And again, the link is on the slide for that too. There is also a very important new step in the EVR process following fund disbursement. Once funds have been disbursed, an email will be sent to your college. The partner college will be required to respond to that email to confirm receipt of funds. This confirmation step is going to help us ensure accurate tracking and reconciliation on our end. So it will be something extremely important, and it is a process that we will start this spring. Again, if you have any questions regarding the ACH or EVR process, please contact me directly, and my email's on the slide, first name, last name @TheDream.Us.
Thank you so much, Camila.
Quick reminder as well that we do have a general inbox for all scholars and partner colleges to send any questions or concern to. This is Ask Us at TheDream.Us, and you can send any of your questions there directly to this email, and we are able to receive that. You can ask questions about the scholarship cycle, eligibility questions, the criteria on our website, renewals, deadlines and processes, applicant and PC scholar reports, any of the request forms, or any follow-up on that as well. And of course, the ISTS portal and the ISTS scholar portal too. So you can always email us. Again, that's askus@thedream.us. And we do have over 4,000 scholars and a lot of partner college staff. So we do ask just a little bit of patience as we receive a lot of inquiries, and just know that your response will be sent to you within 2 business days. I do also want to take the time to remind you of our scholarship renewal process. All of our scholars have to renew their scholarship every year in June, and that period will be coming soon in June 1st through June 22nd this year. ISTS will send them an email directly to their inbox in early June with instructions on how to open and complete our renewal form, and that has to be done within the ISTS Scholar portal. That is the only place where they can do that. All of our scholars must complete the form by the due date, and there's no exceptions. So unfortunately, if a scholar is unable to do that, they will become ineligible for the scholarship. So we really rely on you guys and as well as our team and each other to make sure that all of our scholars know that they have to do the renewal every month, or sorry, every year in June.
All right, just a quick heads up, as you're talking to any of your graduating scholars, we do have a graduate loan scholarship that is available. It is for anyone who has taken out a private student loan. They are then eligible to apply for the graduate loan scholarship that we have. It doesn't matter who the private loan is through. Could be companies like Discover, Ascend, the Dreamers Graduate Loan Program. And for more information, the link was just put in the chat, but you can also find it on our graduate school resources page in the website.
All right, thank you so much, Elena. We'll shift over to Career Connections and pass it over to Nicole.
Thanks, Chris. So I'm very excited to be sharing some paid inclusive opportunities that you can share with your scholars. First up, I'm going to be talking about a few programs that are funded through TheDream.Us. So I'm very excited to announce that we are kicking off a new program called the Dream Builders Internship Program. This is a program where we connect with host organizations across the country to host the Dream.Us scholars at interns at their small businesses or organizations across the country. I know that some of our partner colleges have already been promoting this to our scholars, and we have a number of scholars who are already participating in this program. But when you do promote this program to your scholars, you can tell them to log into Parker Dewey. All of the opportunities through Dream Builders will be tagged Dream Builders internships so they can find a plethora of opportunities on our Parker Dewey website. I do also want to mention that we have set scholar participation limits. As one of our goals through this program and other programs is to create as many paid opportunities to as many scholars as possible. So each scholar is limited to participating in one Dream Builders internship per program year, which revolves around the calendar year, January 1 to December 31st. You can learn more about the Dream Builders on our Inclusive Internships and Fellowships page. Next slide, please. Now, I know a majority of you have heard about our internship and fellowship program. And first of all, thank you to our 40 plus partner colleges who are already signed up and participating in the Dream.Us internship program or the Dream.Us fellowship program. Thank you for your continued participation and providing paid inclusive opportunities to scholars at your campus. If you are not participating, this information is for you. I highly encourage you to apply to one or both of these programs. In a nutshell, you would need to assign 2 point of contacts who would be trained by me to understand these programs, how they work, how to promote it to your scholars. Your partner college would then be earmarked $15,000 to use in stipends to scholars that participate in these programs as interns or fellows through this program. The application deadline is Friday, May 1st, which is a ways out. However, the sooner you sign up and apply, the sooner you can start promoting these opportunities to your scholars, and the sooner your scholars can receive hands-on professional development opportunities and receive money in their pockets. If you have any questions about this opportunity, you're welcome to email me as well. Next slide. And if you don't take my word for it on how beneficial these opportunities can be for our scholars, here are just a few quotes from past scholars who have participated in these programs. Last year alone, we've had over 600 internship and fellowships through these programs. So again, I applaud our 40 plus partner colleges who are already participating in these programs. Thank you. But you can see some of the words from our scholars who have participated in years past, how impactful and important these opportunities are for them. Next slide. Also wanted to announce that we are building out our internship program internally at TheDream.Us. So we are gearing up for our recruitment for summer and fall interns at TheDream.Us. And these are our application open and close dates. So starting in March 2nd is when we will be opening up internship applications at TheDream.Us for summer and fall 2026. And those applications will close March 31st. So keep an eye on that. We'll continue to promote these opportunities through the PC Weekly as we get closer. But this is another great opportunity that you can share with your scholars and have them keep an eye on. All of these postings will be posted through the Parker Duty platform. We have also set participation limits on interns at TheDream.Us. So if you know of any scholars who have previously interned with us at TheDream.Us, do know that they are not eligible. A scholar cannot participate as a Dream.Us intern only once through this program. Next slide. So I quickly talked through 4 programs that are funded by the Dream.Us. These are opportunities that are external that we know are inclusive, paid opportunities for your students who have a social security number or an ITIN. I'm not going to go through all of these. It's a lot. You'll get the slide deck later on in our PC Weekly. But there are some that have upcoming deadlines. One of them is tomorrow. But we definitely encourage you to promote these opportunities to your scholars as well. The UCLA Dream Summer Fellowship, that application is still or it's now open and ends mid-February. Teach for America, their night fellowship, we always promote every fall and spring semester. Their application is currently open and will close at the end of April. So keep an eye on all of those and share with your scholars. Next slide. All of these opportunities, whether funded through the Dream.Us or externally, can be found at the top of our Inclusive Internships and Fellowships page. At the beginning of fall and spring semester, we also share out with you and our scholars the list of inclusive paid opportunities, as well as other virtual career events that we think are valuable and important to your scholars. So another great resource that you can share out. Next slide. Also wanted to mention about ITINs. If you have seen on some of the previous slides, a majority of these paid opportunities do require a social or an ITIN. So if you're still receiving questions from your scholars on ITINs, if they've never had an ITIN before and they don't know if they should apply for an ITIN or not, this is a guidance that we advise you giving to your scholars. First of all, we have a great one-pager on how to determine if you already have an ITIN or not. Sometimes scholars think they don't know, they think they don't have an ITIN, but they may actually have one. All they need to do is look at their parent or talk to their parents, look at their parents' tax returns to see if they've been claimed as a dependent. And if so, they may already have an ITIN and not know it. Number 2, we encourage you to inform them, if they don't already know, that the IRS has shared taxpayer information with DHS. I know there was a recent court ruling back in November that did block the IRS from sharing taxpayer data with DHS. However, that still poses potential risks. Immigrants Rising has a great website on updated information regarding this topic that you can share with scholars. And lastly, and most importantly, your advice should be informing scholars to consult a trusted legal expert. They can find free and low-cost legal services at the National Immigration Legal Services Directory. Next slide. And my last slide before I pass back to Chris is our spring Tax Matters for Immigrant session. So if you, as a partner college or your scholars or alumni, have any questions that relate to tax matters, that also includes ITINs, please attend one of our 2 sessions this spring. We're bringing in our tax expert, Professor Franz Littman, who will be leading these sessions and allowing for time to do Q&A from our audience. So please share this with your scholars and alumni. Do know that these events are open to all undocumented students and alumni at your campus, not just the Dream.Us scholars. And with that, I will pass it back to Chris.
Thank you so much for that, Nicole. So now we'll do a little bit of a brief overview of all of our Scholar and PC supports for this semester. Continuing sort of the theme of career, I want to remind everyone that we do have the PC Career Events Grant available for all of you to take advantage of. This is up to $2,000 grant available for you to host a career event specifically for our campuses who are in person. We would like these events to be in person, but we have also opened it up for our online colleges to be able to do virtual career events as well. So this is accessible to all of our partner colleges across the board. You can apply now for spring or even fall. If you're thinking about doing something in the fall semester, you don't have to wait. You can apply now. We will earmark those funds for you, so you can start planning the process immediately. I do want to remind everyone that these events must be specifically focused on educating scholars for career opportunities, regardless of work authorization, right? We know that a huge majority of our scholars coming in for the last few years do not have work authorization. So we want to make sure that these events specifically have a learning objective of informing and providing resources, frameworks, and tools for scholars to understand their career options and the pathways that are available for them to utilize their degrees. Budgets can include speakers, food, giveaways. You can get creative with it, but don't get too crazy with it. But submit it, and then we'll talk it through. We'll see what we can provide. And this is a great opportunity to provide some funding to host this type of event on your campus. Again, with the current political climate, we want to make sure, we are seeing an increased need in immigration resources, both for our scholars and our partner colleges. So we want to remind everyone that we do have an immigration resources page where you can find tons of different resources, guides, links to different programs and resources, such as the directory that Nicole just mentioned, the National Directory for Legal Assistance at a free to low cost rates, exploring immigration pathways through employment, family preparedness, know your rights, traveling, filing taxes, just a slew of different resources that are available for both our partner colleges and our scholars on this webpage that you can sort of access. I do want to put specific focus on a couple of different programs. One is our PC Emergency Response Form. This is an internal form, so it is not linked on the resources page, but you can find the link to this not only on this deck, but it is also on repeated rotation in the PC Weekly, so you will always be able to find it there. This is a form that our partner colleges can utilize in notifying the Dream.Us if one of your scholars has encountered an immigration emergency, such as deportation or detention or some other sort of situation. It alerts you are on the ground and usually are the first ones to know of such situations and can alert us so that our leadership can assess whether there is some way that we might be able to assist the student in their situation. I also want to note that we have free immigration screenings for our scholars. These are one-on-one sessions with an immigration attorney where they can explore any pathways that they may have for a change of status. Right now, we are concentrating on our Florida and Texas new incoming scholars. We had over 100 new Florida and Texas scholars welcome us this January. So right now, we are making these sessions specifically available to them. But come, I want to say the next couple of weeks, we will be opening this up to all current scholars. So be on the lookout again in the PC Weekly for that when that opens up for all scholars across the board. Some of you may remember that we had a partnership with Mission Asset Fund where we were providing zero interest, zero free loans to help cover the upfront costs for a variety of different applications, TPS, citizenships, green cards, DACA. Some of these can be pretty costly, and a lot of times our scholars don't have the funds to upfront that cost. So this allows them to get a loan to be able to submit their application in a timely manner and then pay back the loan again, exactly what they borrow in 10 monthly installments so that it becomes easier for them to manage financially. With that note, I do want to make a reminder for all DACA renewals. We want to strongly encourage and advise scholars to make sure that they are filing at least 150 to 120 days in advance of their expiration date on their DACA. The closer they can be to that 150 date, it's super important. We are seeing delays with these applications being processed, and to the extent where if they're waiting too long, they may lose or have interruptions in their work authorizations, right, which can cause bigger issues, right? So we want to, again, really strongly reinforce that they're filing as early as possible. Another piece of our immigration services is our immigration Q&A sessions that we do with scholars. These will be every last Thursday of the month, kicking off on February 26th at 5 p.m. Eastern Standard Time. These sessions have evolved throughout the years, and so our current layout and structure for this event is that we lead off with a 15-minute presentation on things like know your rights, creating a family preparedness plans, any resources or applications programs that the Dream.Us provides so that they have a educational component to this session on what is sort of most relevant and sort of most prevalent that is happening right now in this current environment. And then the bulk of the session, that middle piece, is 30 minutes where they're able to ask their own questions to an expert immigration attorney who will then answer their questions live in the session. We do provide general responses. This is not the platform for a very specific consultation, but they are able to get at least a general response and some insight into their immigration questions during this live session. Then we wrap up the last 15 minutes with Dr. Cheryl Aguilar, who is a mental health professional with expertise working in undocumented populations. And she has discussions regarding, very specific situations and triggers for our community, such as fear of separation and deportation. And so she tailors it really much to this community and addressing some of the fears that they may experience and provide some guidance. This is one of my favorite times of the month. We're getting into graduation season, right? That spring, we see those big numbers come in for graduates. And so the Dream.Us annually ships out graduation stalls and pins to all of our partner colleges so that you can distribute to all of your graduates. We'll start kicking that off next month so that you can start letting us know how many graduates you'll have and where to mail those stalls out to. I do want to remind everyone this is an annual process, so make sure you're accounting for all of your graduates for the entire year. So include your spring, summer, and fall graduates. I know that that's not an exact number. You can use an estimate, sort of figure that out, and make sure that you're including them when you submit your requests for this year. And that way we could avoid having to do multiple mailings out, and sometimes that gets a little bit complicated. So as much as we can get down in this first round, it would be greatly appreciated. We also will be having new scholar swag. This is a bag example of one of our swag items. We usually have 3 or 4 that we ship out to our partner colleges to distribute to their 2026-2027 application round new scholars. So this, we will need a point of contact for this as well. We will sort of assess how many will get shipped out to you based on the number of scholars assigned to your campus or confirmed to go to attend your campus. But we will need a point of contact for the person who will be receiving the items on your campus. You'll hear more about this in the PC Weekly and PC Power Hours as it comes up, and we will make the forms available for you to provide that information. But I do want to sort of just plant a little bit of a seed, right? We will be having our new scholar welcome in August to welcome in this class of new applicants, roughly in the beginning of August. And this is a great opportunity for you to invite new scholars on your campus to do a screening of the new scholar welcome, give out the swag as a little sort of takeaway item. And so it just adds a little bit of texture, a little bit of specialness to that session, and it gives them the opportunity to come on campus, be in community, both nationally and locally on your campus. So just want to plant the seed. We'll talk a little bit more about that later on as the semester goes on, but hopefully if you folks can start thinking about something like that. Today we kick off our PC Power Hour schedule. These will be held every last Tuesday of the month at the same time, 2 p.m. Eastern. So we ask folks to really make note of this, and if possible, if you could put a hold on your calendar right now for these sessions so that you can make sure that you are available. We will continue to provide you important information in working with our scholars throughout the semester. I also want to mention our partner college directory. Some of you may know that we recently went through the annual process back in August and September. We definitely need to rethink that sort of cycle. And so just want to give everyone the heads up. We were actually going to be doing the annual Partner College Directory update again this semester. I promise you will not have to do it every semester. We are actually shifting the cycle, and we'll be launching this cycle every June from now moving forward. The reason for this is we want to provide the PRMs, the primary relationship managers, the opportunity to go through their campus staff and make sure that we have the most accurate information, and that we also have enough time to upload any changes, edits that need to be done to our partner college directory, because it is the place where new scholars from this application round are going to be looking for their partner college staff, right? So we need to make sure that all that information is updated and accurate as they're coming in August to start the semester. So we want to make sure that we have enough time over the summer to process all updates and make sure that information is as accurate as possible so that students know where to locate their support teams. And also as we launched the new application round in November, that again, potential applicants know who to contact on their campus. I also want to sort of unveil a new Qualtrics form that we are implementing. We know that changes don't only happen once a year, right? People leave, people change titles, people change contact information, and usually we need to we'll get an email from someone on the campus letting us know that this person needs to be replaced, right? So in order to streamline that process, keep a better record and tracking of that information, and making sure that we are able to make those edits, make those updates in a timely manner, we have created a Qualtrics form. This is a one-off form, so it is a much, much shorter version of the annual form that it uses. You will be able to use this form to submit just one change if that's all that is needed, and allow us to, again, manage this in a more timely and systematic way. In addition to knowing who the new staff are on your campus when these changes are made, just as important that those staff often need to be orientated to our Dream.Us program, to the resources and services that are available to them to help students on the campus in this specific program. So I will be running PC orientations every second Monday of the month at 2 p.m. Eastern Time, starting February 9th. So any new staff on your campus who are working with the Dream.Us new this year, this semester, can sign up for this session and get a full overview in depth about what the scholarship program is, the students that we work with, the resources available to them and to our partner colleges. And I want to also put out a reminder, we do have a scholarship inquiry map. This is also footnoted on every PC Weekly that goes out every week. This is a map to really help our partner college staff direct their questions effectively and in a timely manner. So, I love hearing from all you when you reach out for questions regarding the program, but I'm often having to redirect your inquiries to other members on our team. And sometimes, time gets lost in that process. So while I love hearing from you, it's actually one of my New Year resolutions is to connect more with you, learn about the work that you're doing, and really uplift that work. In order to really systematically work through inquiries and make sure that you're addressing your questions to the appropriate team member who manages that work so that you're getting the most accurate information in the most timely way possible. I would really strongly advise folks to look at the scholarship inquiry map when you have a question and really know who to direct that question to on our team so that, again, you're getting the response in the most timely manner. In addition to that, I do want to put in a note. If you or your institution has any legal questions regarding the scholarship program, the legality of the scholarship, or anything of that sort, please, we prefer not to manage those via email. You can pick up the phone, give me a call. My cell phone number is on the slide. You can give me a call at any time, and I will be able to advise, or well, not advise, but redirect your legal inquiries regarding the scholarship program to the most appropriate person on our team. And with that, I will pass it off to Vernisa.
Thanks, Chris. Good afternoon, everyone. I'm Vernisa. I'm the Senior Research Analyst here at TheDream.Us, and I just wanted to quickly share 2 survey-related heads up with you all. So first, the Scholar Survey will be launching May 1st, and we'll be promoting it throughout that month as part of our Give Back Month. So this is an annual survey that we run, and it's one of our core ways of checking in with our scholars about how their past academic year went. For our scholars, it's also a chance for them to give back by sharing their genuine feedback about their experiences, their needs, their aspirations, and their accomplishments over the past year. The data that we collect through the survey is really important for a few reasons. First, we use it to support fundraising conversations that help provide funding for additional scholarships and programming, especially as our scholars' career needs evolve. We also use it to inform advocacy efforts as we push for policy changes at the state and federal levels. This includes things like the work we'll be doing around the loss of in-state tuition in both Florida and Texas. And finally, we use it for internal decision making, especially when we're thinking about how best to support our scholars based on what they're actually telling us they need. On last year's survey, we had an 80% response rate overall, which was amazing. At the same time, we know there's always room for improvement and room to push it even higher. And increasing that participation rate really does improve the quality of the data that we get and the usefulness of that data to support the different efforts that we take. And that's where you all play such a key role. Your encouragement and your reminders to the scholars really makes a difference in whether the scholars choose to take that time to complete the survey. And that support is a big part of how we were able to reach such an amazing response rate last year. And just as a quick lighter note, last year we also ran a little response rate competition, and scholars at the top 3 partner colleges received some swag as a thank you for participating. So shout out to our 2025 winning colleges, Phoenix College, Nevada State, and Wingate if you all are on. We found that added a fun incentive and really helped drive participation. So we'll be building on that again this year. We're looking forward to your help in encouraging scholars to complete it. Next slide, please. And then I also wanted to flag that we'll be running a partner college survey later this year as well. The goal of the partner college survey is really to create space for you all to share your perspective. So what's working at your institution, what challenges you're seeing on your campuses, and where you'd like support from us. This isn't meant to be a heavy lift, and we're still finalizing the details, but we just wanted to give you all an early heads up, since this feedback will be another key piece of how we understand what's happening across our partner colleges. And as we've done in past years with the scholar survey data, we'll also plan to share insights back from the full partner college survey so that you all can see what we're hearing from all of our different partner colleges. And so we'll share more information closer to the launch, but I just wanted to put this on your radars now. You can look out for an announcement in the PC Weekly, and thank you all in advance. Back to you, Chris.
Thank you so much, Renisa. So I just want to give a quick sort of preview for February's PC Power Hour. That'll be February 24th at 2 p.m. Eastern Time. Here is the link. You'll be able to access that and make sure that you have it for next month. We want to keep it a little flexible and want to make sure that we are addressing any situations, anything in the environment that we need to address. But most likely, we will be having a discussion and doing a more deeper dive on the career supports. And sort of developing a little bit more of what Nicole shared with you today, so that you have access to these resources and really can connect with your scholars with the appropriate resources for them to really create a career plan in place and take advantage of the opportunities that are available to them. And with that being said, I want to give my team a great round of applause because we did a lot of content in like a short amount of time. That was like great, guys. Appreciate you. Like I said, 1992 Dream Team. If you know, you know. And so we'll close out the presentation piece for this. I will take this off, and we want to open up for your questions and for any of your questions. Um, I want to really also just kind of keep this a little bit open so you could ask questions regarding anything that was shared, anything else that you're seeing on your campus, or even share if you're going through any issues or challenges or any good things that you're seeing from your scholars coming on campus and sort of working through that. Please feel free to raise your hand. We do have the unmute function off. So you will need to raise your hand and we will be able to unmute you so that you can either ask your question or share anything that you would like to share during the session.